Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Bat Around. I'm your host, Paul Valley. This is Zack Moore of Pigtown Sports. We're joining you on a lovely Sunday evening here in the Baltimore area. And I want to say something. It's a crucial point, and I think our guys are up to the challenge. I know our guys are up to the challenge. The level of character we have in this clubhouse is very high, and with that comes the responsibility to make changes and do what's necessary in order to turn it around. Shut the F up. Just shut up. Just shut up. After 2023, we got a bad taste in our mouths. After 2024, we got a bad taste in our mouths. After 2025, we got a bad taste in our mouths. After a terrible four-game stretch and looking like the redheaded stepchild of the New York Yankees, Adley Rutschman has that to say. We got a bad taste in our mouth. Shut up.
Yeah, just prove it at this point.
You're going to talk about it or you're going to be about it? Because I don't give a damn anymore. I don't want to watch you. This is the worst brand of baseball I can remember watching. And that includes 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. Yeah. Because at least those teams were supposed to suck. At least those teams' best players were Renato Nunez and what the crap was that dude's name who could hit a lot of singles?
Hanser Alberto.
Hanser Alberto.
Yeah.
Like, they were supposed to suck, and we were building towards something. Now you got a bunch of talent, and you just suck.
Yeah.
You just suck.
Let's be honest. Not Hanser Alberto. Nunez played a better third base than anybody on our roster right now.
Yeah.
Literally anybody. And we've tried 5 guys there, right? Four guys.
They're going to have to try something else because Weston Wilson misplayed about 4 baseballs today.
He's not a Major League Baseball player.
No. But neither is a good portion of the guys on this roster. Colton Cowser right now, not a Major League Baseball player. Tyler O'Neill, you picked the wrong sport,
You know what the
bro.
sad thing is?
Hockey.
Cowser's the best outfielder on the entire roster.
He is.
By far.
But the worst hitter on the entire roster.
Well, I mean, that's arguable at this point. I think they're all in about the same category.
Yeah, I mean, and that's Gunnar Henderson, 4th most strikeouts in the American League.
Yeah.
4th most strikeouts in the American League. Doesn't even pinch hit today.
Yeah, I really don't even care about his home runs either. They're, 6 of them are solos?
Yeah.
You're not doing me any good with hitting solos. You're just not.
Colton Cowser went from being the 5th overall pick and runner-up for Rookie of the Year to a 5th outfielder who didn't even pinch hit in a blowout today.
Yeah.
That's what
But
we're
they have
looking
no
at
one
here.
else either. Like, literally nobody else.
Right. They have
like people
nobody.
Are like, send him down to AAA. Like, you have nothing to bring up here unless you want to use Weston Wilson out there.
Yeah. I'm one of the ones saying send him down, but I'm saying send him down and cut Tyler O'Neill because you have to send a message to this
problem
team.
Is they have no one else. Like, you could bring Judd Fabian up here, but he's going to strike out 52% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what good is that going to do? You got Bradfield could probably do it, but he's hurt again. I think he should be coming back soon, but still, who's the other guy on the 40-man? Reed Trimble. I haven't heard too much from him. They have no one available to come up.
And the crazy thing is, you've got Trey Gibson making his Major League debut today, and the team that you put out there on the field today is who you had out there to back him up.
Yeah.
You know, like, has Jeremiah Jackson met a pitch he doesn't want to swing at?
No.
You know, Blaze Alexander had 2 hits today to raise his batting average to 197, his OPS to what, 449?
Yeah.
And everybody told me when the Orioles traded Selby, is it Colin Selby?
No, he's on the 60-day.
Who was the guy that they traded? Cam Stroud. When the Orioles When the Orioles traded Stroud for Blaze Alexander, I said, you can't justify this. And everybody and their mother told me, oh, you don't know ball. You don't know ball. Well, I'm like, well, your bullpen's weak. And you just traded for a utility player who's out of options. And now that utility player who's out of options has the lowest OPS on the team.
Yep. Which is crazy.
And he's playing every day.
Yeah, he looks like he takes a good swing. Like, mechanically, he looks good. Mm-hmm. It's just not working out. I'm okay with him because that's kind of what you expected. You just expected good defense. The outfield experiment is over, in my opinion. Like, please stop. Like, just please. I don't want to see him in center field. He's not a center fielder. He's not better than Tavares, not better than Cowser. Can't hit better than Cowser, can't hit better than Tavares. Let's just stop. Let's stop with the stupid-ass lineups. Let's try this guy here. Dude, you're a losing baseball team for over 1 year. Let's stop trying guys in new positions and try to figure out if they can maybe succeed just a little bit in the major leagues at one spot. Because right now, you don't have many major league players on this roster. Stop trying to make them into something else they're not. They're not succeeding at all.
A losing ball club for over a year? They're a losing ball club since June 21st, 2024. We're going on 2 full years that they're a losing ball club. They have the same number of losses on May 3rd, 2026 as they did on May 3rd, 2025, according to Jacob Calvin-Meyer.
I think it's 2 less. 2 less.
Well, 2 less in the same number of games, but on the same date, they have the same number of losses. Yeah. And after May 3rd, they lost 13 of 15. Yep. After that.
Right now, right this second, with the team that they're putting on the field, I would not be shocked to see it happen again. Defensively. Because you can't win ball games unless you play defense, and this team is getting worse every single day defensively.
Yeah, they're not getting better.
No.
It blows my mind how bad this team is at the fundamentals. After that debacle down the left field line on that Ben Rice double, was there any doubt in your mind that Judge was going deep?
But, I picked Judge to go deep every game this series.
He hadn't gone. I was talking to my buddy. At Independent Brewery earlier today, and he was like, Judge is going deep today. I was like, he's gonna homer twice. He didn't homer twice, but literally, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law came over. My stepmother-in-law came over to hang out with my daughter today. We were all hanging out in the living room, and Rice gets on that bloop double, and I said, Judge is about to go deep here. I was like, he's hitting his ball out of the ballpark. And sure enough, 2 pitches later, he did just that. And here's the thing. If Gunnar was playing shortstop today, Gunnar got the full day off. Gunnar would have been in there. I don't know if he would have made that play, but he would have been in on that play. Yeah. Where in the hell was Blaze Alexander on that? Why is the
same place Gunnar was the day before, trying to do a double cut relay on a double?
Yeah.
It's just bad. My buddy just texted me here, and shout out to my buddy Alex. We talk a lot of good baseball. He said all the errors are made in basically 3 positions. And I'm going to guess here, but I'm going to kind of lump it a little bit together. Think about it. Third base, a ton of errors. Second base, a ton of errors. Both backup position players right now. And anywhere you put Dylan Beavers on the field. You knew you were going to get some errors kind of out of Taylor Ward a little bit. He's not the best defensive guy. I think we're all okay with that. I think more people expected things out of Dylan Beavers, and the fact that you keep trying to shove him into center field when he's not a good outfielder at all, and then he's not very good in right field either. If you're not good in right field, what makes you think you're going to be good in center? Just because you're fast?
Yeah.
I don't get it, but he makes a good point. They are coming out of 3 positions, basically, if you lump Beavers kind of into that. How do you fix that? I mean, you literally can't. 1, because you don't have anybody available other than the guys that are already here. And 2, these injuries aren't going away. Yeah. One guy might come back, another guy's going to go down. I don't know. And it's not just an Orioles thing. It's a baseball thing. It's all around baseball. Stars and good players are going down every single night. It's a baseball problem, not an Orioles problem. Could we look at our training staff? Maybe they're working out a little too hard. Maybe they're not working hard enough. I don't know. But it's a baseball problem at this point. They're not going away. And if you don't have good enough depth, and we don't, you're going to see what we have on the field right
now. Today's show brought to you by Help My Gambling Problem. If you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit helpmygamblingproblem.org for free confidential services. Today's show also brought to you by Warnkin Law. When you need results in Baltimore, you don't play small ball. If you've been hurt in the crash, call 443-RESULTS or visit warnkinlaw.com. That's 443-RESULTS or visit warnkinlaw.com. This comment. Change needs to happen fast before this starts going downhill. It started.
If you make a change right now, it get worse. And I don't think a lot of people understand that just yet. Unless it's a 2-for-1er. Because if you fire Mike Elias right now, you get Sig. And I think Sig's the problem.
You think Sig's the problem?
I think Sig's the problem. So if you fire Mike, you get Sig. Unless both go, and then Matt Blood takes over, I think I may be okay with that. It's not getting any better this year. So there's no point in firing Michael Elias right now.
Yeah, and the other thing is, and I said today, cut Tyler O'Neill and demote Colton Cowser. Send a message that this type of play is not acceptable. And somebody was like, "What did Cowser do?" And it's like, well,
Yeah,
the fact and the fact that Cowser is unplayable against a lefty and forces you to put Tyler O'Neill in right field, who, by the way, is hitting like 141 as an Oriole against left-handed pitching. That's what he did. He's so bad that Tyler O'Neill has to play right field for you today. That's how bad Colton Cowser is. And the other thing, and then a lot of people were like, "You forgot fire Elias and fire Elias." They're not going to fire Elias on May 3rd. That's not going to happen. So let's talk about realistic things that you can do to help this ball club. Like 3/6 of your starting rotation is on the IL.
Yeah.
Half of your starting rotation is on the IL, and one of those dudes, he ain't coming back.
Well, what, five of the starting 9 is on the IL too?
Yeah.
Or 4?
So
either way, almost half of your starting offensive lineup's also on the IL. Again, it's not getting any better.
And here's the thing. And look, God love what Jeremiah Jackson has done.
He's provided some nice moments, but he's not a major league starter.
He's not an everyday player.
No.
You can't walk 2 times in 32 games and be a major league player.
Yeah.
Like you can't. And yeah, he'll hit a big homer. Watch, he'll hit about 250 this year with about a 290 on base percentage, if that. He'll hit close to 20 homers and he'll drive in about 60. And
which right now might lead the team.
Yeah. Like,
God, why'd I say that?
Because what else can you say?
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm beating my head against the wall. Like, I'll tell you, I did shows 2020, 21, when this team was awful. I had no problem doing shows. I did shows during 3 months of a lockout where we did a show every single week. We had no winter breaks. We had no, we'll come back in the new year. We went every Saturday at 10 a.m. for 3 months during a lockout. And that was more fun than what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Because this team right now, like who wants to talk about them? They're not worth my energy right now.
Yeah.
And Zach, are you like me, where like I don't want to watch them, but it's like a drug. I can't turn them off.
I'm gonna watch regardless. I just love baseball. So I'm gonna watch regardless. It doesn't matter. They could be down 17-1. My wife and I'll still be sitting there watching it. It's just how we are.
And that's one of the things that I've always said I loved about my wife. I remember, I came home from working in the restaurant one night. This is back when my wife and I were just dating, and she was in my bedroom, in bed. She was playing around on her phone, and on the TV was an Orioles game, and they were losing 13-1. But she had the game on. Then there was the other game where what was his name? Stevie Wilkerson picked up the save in LA.
Yes. Yeah.
He picked up the save. I fell asleep. That save happened at like 3:00 in the morning. I fell asleep and woke up as the Orioles were shaking hands, and she was like, "Babe, you have no idea what you just missed." And like she told me all about it, and I had to like watch the highlights. Like that's my wife when it comes to the Orioles. You know what I mean? So like look, if the Orioles are playing, the game is on. I was telling her yesterday they were losing. I was like, I got to turn it off. I can't watch. And then I was like, I'm not gonna watch till after I know the game's over. 2 minutes later, she's like, "What do you do?" I was like, "I'm checking the score on my phone." And like I love the Orioles. I love baseball. I watch every single inning that I possibly can, which is probably about 95% of the innings of the entire season.
Yeah.
But like right now I don't want to watch them because they're bad for me. They're bad for my mental health. They're bad for my physical well-being. Like they like legitimately make my heart hurt. And like it's so hard to sit there and watch this ball club play baseball that should be beneath any major league team. They are so bad right now, and Zach, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't.
Yeah, I know. There's good talent well, we started the year with good talent. Obviously, injuries derailed that, but there's still pretty decent talent here. I mean, you expect Gunnar Henderson and Pete Alonso to play well. You expected Trevor Rogers and Kyle Bradish and Shane Baz to be pretty decent, and they just ain't. Now you got Helsley dealing with, the imaging was clean, which is great to hear, but for how long? I don't know. It just seems like we're going on 2 years now, maybe 2.5. If anything could go wrong, it's going wrong. There's no answer to it either. It's not like you can just say, fire Mike and it's going to fix it all. It's not. It's not going to fix it this year. Maybe next year. I don't know. None of us can really answer that. It's just the only thing you haven't tried at this point. I don't know. I really don't know.
The only thing that we have to hang our hats on right now is a bunch of ifs.
Yeah.
If Jordan Westburg comes back, if Jackson Holliday comes back, if Kramer and Rogers come back, if Bradish starts pitching like Kyle Bradish, if Helsley comes back, if in August you get Felix Bautista back and he looks like Felix Bautista, everything which you and I both agree is not going to happen.
He may come back and throw strikes, but he's not throwing 97, 98 miles an hour ever again.
Yeah.
He may touch it once in a blue moon, but you're not going to see it ever again.
This team, and look, right now at 15-19, you're not out of it. The entire American League is really down right now. And there's a lot of injuries across baseball.
A lot.
But it feels like you're out of it because it's the same thing.
It's non-competitive baseball.
Yeah, it's the same thing game after game.
Yeah.
And you know what the funny thing is? They actually said this on the radio every day. The other day, no team in baseball has played more 3 runs or less games, like games that are decided by 3 runs or less, than the Baltimore Orioles.
Because they don't hit till the 7th inning.
Yeah. Yeah. Today's game, it was the 6th inning. They're tied 3-3. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? They're showing me a lot of heart right now.
Yeah.
They could have rolled over
with a terrible lineup.
With a terrible lineup and a rookie on the mound going up against Max Fried, who might be the best left-handed pitcher in baseball, next to Skubal. And they're showing me a lot of grit and determination. 2 innings later, they give up 7 runs in the 8th inning. 7 runs in the 8th inning. They lose a game that it was tied 3-3 in the 6th. They lose that game 11-3.
Mm-hmm.
And then Adley comes out with this quote. And it's a similar quote to what Craig Alvarez said. And like I said at the beginning of the show, just STFU. Shut the up. Yeah. I can't listen to it anymore.
I quote tweeted Jacob on it, and I'm like, no disrespect, Adley, but it's just time to see it.
Yeah.
Like, just stop even saying it in the media at this point and just do it.
Like, I would much rather you just say, we suck right now, we've got to be better. And we got to figure out how to do it, and we got to figure out how to do it fast. Like that's a real quote. I think our guys are up to the challenge. I don't want this rah sis boom bah crap. Stop being a freak. I almost dropped an F-bomb. Stop being a freaking cheerleader and go out there and win games. Adley went 0-13 in the first 3 games of the series.
Mm-hmm.
0-13.
And he was hot coming in.
Yeah.
And those stretches happen around baseball, but usually guys around you pick you up. But when you're the only guy already hitting, good luck. Good luck.
Well, and now Alonso's hitting. Alonso 2 more hits today.
I had a feeling once he got back into the New York air, he would kind of start to hit a little bit.
Yeah. Like, Alonso's starting to hit, but nobody else is. I will tell you, though, at this point, I don't care how you have to do it. You got to have Basayo in the lineup every game.
Mm-hmm.
Basayo's got to be playing every day.
But here's the problem. Basayo has injury history. Like, he started the last 2 seasons in a row hurt, where he had to DH. Like, if you play this kid every day, he is going to get hurt. It's just the nature of the beast. Like, I think his body, especially at his age right now, is probably not even fully developed yet, and you're gonna hurt him because it's gonna break down. Because the way that they develop these guys in the minors, they give them a lot of time off. They're not built up to come out here and play 162 games anymore. He's built up maybe to play 140, maybe, and I think that's pushing it with a lot of DH time. But yes, I agree. He should be in the lineup, but I think he's going to get hurt when you do it.
Like Weston Wilson, I'll give him all the credit in the world. He hits when he plays. He tends to hit. He's not a great third baseman. He's not a great second baseman. He's not a great outfielder. So you have a utility infielder that can't. You have a utility fielder that can't field. And
Jeremiah Jackson.
And Jeremiah Jackson's the everyday second baseman for this team. Jeremiah Jackson is your everyday second baseman, and then Blaze Alexander is your backup shortstop.
Yeah,
Blaze Alexander is your backup shortstop. Zach, at this point, we're just now 3 of the last 4 weeks just bitching about how bad this team has been. 3 of the last 4 shows.
I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it too. But what can we say positive about them? What do they do well?
We could find things to say positive, but we kind of just sound stupid.
Yeah, Nunez has gotten figured out a little bit. He's got to adjust again. Rico Garcia
again. You really have to expect that. Yeah, Rico's look good.
Rico's been really freaking good. Kittredge was just awful today.
Yeah,
and he was almost awful in his last outing until he ended up saving himself against the Astros.
He was awful in his rehab starts too, or assignments. He had 16 ERA or something like that.
Yeah, his ERA at the big league level is 18.
Yeah.
So now that we've managed to bitch for 3 of the last 4 shows, let's start talking solutions. What can this team do to right? They're getting swept, right?
Yeah.
They're not beating Cam Schlittler tomorrow.
Right? You would need a Joe Ryan to happen to Cam Schlittler tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come out after 9 pitches.
Yeah.
Did you see that today?
I saw it came out after 9 pitches. Did we learn what happened to it?
Elbow soreness.
That's
like I said, it's all around baseball. There's no getting around it.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, I'm also, and look, I thought that the Orioles had a pretty solid game plan against Max Fried today.
Yeah.
They worked a lot of deep counts. Yeah. They got some clutch hits. They scored 3 runs off of him in 5 innings. I think you pitched 6 for the game, but they had scored 3 runs in 5 innings, and his pitch count was up around 90 through 5. Mm-hmm. Right. So I thought that they fared pretty well against him. But this lineup can't be your lineup against left-handed pitching.
Yeah, I know.
Right. And at this point, you've been so bad. At this point, you've been so bad that why does it matter if you put a bunch of lefties in there?
Yeah.
I agree with giving Gunnar a day off. Gunner's got to reset and get right with himself. We're at the point now where the majority of fans are saying that Gunnar is being overhyped by his agent. No, Gunner's play on the field, his first 3.5 years at the big league level, has dictated that he's that dude.
Right.
He's off to a terrible start this year. And I think he's trying to carry the weight of the world on his shoulders with this team. Yeah. I think he thinks he's the face of the franchise and that the team goes as he goes. He's thinking about the fact that he's gonna be due a big contract in 2028, and they're probably not playing next year, right? So between they will play baseball next year.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a truncated season, right? So I think he's got all that pressure, and I think he's also looking at the fact that he hit 17 home runs last year, and he's trying to just drive the ball out of the ballpark on every swing.
Mm-hmm.
So, between Gunnar trying to carry the way of the world with this team, between Pete trying to be the savior of the franchise, between Basayo, Mayo, Beavers trying to figure it out at the big league level, Cowser trying to figure out any semblance of the player that he was back in 2024. You've got
I reached out. I have a friend who does a lot of videography work, and I asked him. I was like, I need everything that you have on Cowser in the last 3 weeks, and I'm gonna wait for that, and I'm gonna try and make a video about it. I think he's closing his eyes during the swing.
You think so?
I seen it in a close up in Masson, and that's why I asked for the video to look over like 3 weeks worth of footage. But I've seen it more than once, not every time. But I want to see when and why, and if it's like a reason why he's missing. Because I've seen it more than once where he's closed his eyes mid swing. or finish the swing with the eyes closed.
Do you think he even realizes he's doing it?
I would hope that somebody on the team that has access to better video than me could see it early, but I don't know. I don't know.
Do you agree that it's Elias and Sig and their computer models that are killing this team?
Right now, what else can you hang your hat on? Because we've hung our hat on almost everything else. Brandon Hyde. It's been 3 managers. It's been 9 hitting coaches. It's been, 3 bullpen coaches now. I'm not one that likes to place blame on people that don't play too often. But what else can you hang your hat on? Because you've tried almost everything else. And your minor leagues, that's what I'm sitting here. I haven't been kind of like looking at the screen because I was looking at Norfolk stats. Pathetic. Pathetic. Like people are like, okay, pull up Jump Fabian. Cool, he's got 32% K rate. He's hitting 224. Cool, he's got 6 home runs. That's great. He's got 19 RBIs. That's great. He does have 24 walks. I'll give him that. He's got an 805 OPS. That's great. Outstanding defender. But again, 32% K rate. And that's just in AAA. Like, you're not even really facing that good of pitching yet. That's going to be bad. And then, like, your next best player, as far as RBIs go, is Creed Willems, but you don't need a catcher. Then you got Joenski Noel, who's hitting 128. Christian Encarnacion Stroud, he might be the next guy up because he plays third base. He's hitting 306 right now with 12 RBIs. Maybe. And he's got 6 walks at just 19 Ks, 938 OPS. They ain't got nobody else. So maybe they make a move at third base eventually here soon because we didn't see Tyler Wells coming. I asked about it, but I don't think really anybody saw it coming. They got to make a move, but they have nothing else. Like, literally nothing. Willie Vasquez plays third. He's hitting 250. Cool. Jose Barrio, shortstop, hitting 230. Bradfield, 224. Weston Wilson was hitting 195. Ryan Noda, remember him? Might get a call. He's hitting 275. It's only through 40 at-bats, but ain't got nobody else better. Jonathan Rodriguez, like, we already saw that. He's hitting 280 down there, but yeah, it's just
give Chris Parmalee a call while you're at it.
That's at this point, that's what you have. Somehow Jackson Kowar has at bats. I don't know how. He's a pitcher. Has at bats. Yeah, he's got 5 of them. Yeah, they have nothing. Absolutely nothing available.
Yeah. So Mark says, I disagree. Gunnar is all about Gunnar. His problem is he tries to kill the ball with every swing, home run or bust mode. Do you think Gunnar is all about Gunnar?
I don't know anymore.
He doesn't strike me as that personality, but
I don't know anymore.
Dude, my biggest issue with Gunnar has always been, and it's what has held him back every year from being an absolute superstar. He should have hit 40 home runs in 2024. He absolutely should have hit 40 home runs. And he didn't because Gunnar shrank in the big moments. He shrank in the big moments. And then last year, he didn't shrink in the big... He shrank at the beginning of the year in the big moments, and then he hit like 400 the rest of the year with runners in scoring position on a bad baseball team.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to do too much.
Yeah. Gunnar will get going. Alonso's starting to get going. Ward, Rutschman...
We've been saying that for how many weeks now?
Yeah.
That they're going to get going.
But they will.
You think? Like, we thought they all would last year, too, but...
Well, Gunnar did get going. He just didn't have the power.
Yeah.
Right? Alonso has hit 3 home runs in his last 5 games. He's starting to drive the ball a lot better. Ward takes great at-bats every at-bat. Rutschman, he's in a slump. Slumps happen.
They've got 5 really good hitters right now.
Yeah.
And then they've got a bunch of backups.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, I looked at the bottom of their order yesterday. 0 for 13 with, 7 strikeouts in yesterday's game. Tyler O'Neill does nothing for you. Tyler O'Neill should be hitting 30 home runs a year for this ball club, and he's got 1 extra base hit. And it's the home run that he hit in Game 3 of the opening series of the season.
On a 3-0 count.
Yeah.
Which you knew was coming.
He does nothing. What does Tyler O'Neill do for this ball club? They were, and it's so funny listening to Kevin and Ben try and paint a pretty picture on TV. Like, what else can these guys do, really, but try and spin it somehow? And they were like, O'Neill has been taking better at bats, 3 walks in his last 2 games. He's not here for that.
Yeah.
He's here to match lefties, and he can barely touch lefties. And he's here to hit home runs, and he's got 10 in 69 games over a season and a tenth.
But like I just said, if you get rid of him, you either get Jonathan Rodriguez or Ryan Noda here, or Weston Wilson. You got to pick your poison. It's like we talked about trying to find a solution. I don't think there's solutions.
You don't.
I mean, Weston takes okay at bats once in a while, but I mean, he's probably just as bad in the outfield.
You don't think they can make trades at this point to bring in an outfielder from a bad team?
Why would you? You're a bad team. Why should you give up capital to bring in another guy and still maybe be a bad team?
Yeah.
Like, cool, you address maybe one position. You still have this pitching staff. You still have these injuries. And the injuries are going to still happen. You're likely looking at a losing season this year. Unless they literally turn it around in the next 2 weeks. Why should you give up capital? Yeah. You got to do something that literally the players need to do something to tell Mike that, yes, bring something in to help us out. But if you go out there and play dead baseball every night, play terrible defense every single night, why should Mike bring somebody in?
Like, how can they not start playing better defensive baseball? That's what I don't understand. Like, you bring in this world-class coaching staff, and you still can't catch the baseball with regularity? You still don't know where... Gunnar doesn't know to be at second base on a ball hit in the gap by Bellinger in Game 1?
Yeah.
Like, Trent Grisham and Jazz Chisholm are below average Major League hitters. They are garbage. And they're beating you. Mm-hmm. They're beating you. Trent Grisham came into the series hitting 195. He's got 2 home runs this series, I think. Yeah. Like,
I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? It's, like you sit there and try to think about a solution, but like I don't know, unless you literally deplete everything to bring in something. There's no answer.
And the thing is, on last week's show, we talked about the Orioles are just kind of playing inconsistent baseball, and they haven't done anything yet that would make you say, they're about to turn the corner. And then they beat Houston in Game 1.
If you play good defense, there's always that opportunity to turn the corner. Yeah. Because your offense you think would get better, but like we talked about early, like the Weston Wilson, it wasn't a lot of these bad defensive plays aren't even being ruled as errors, but they are giving up runs. Mm-hmm. And I wish there was a way to track that because they've had so many just bonehead plays that didn't lead to an out or didn't lead to 2 outs that should have, or base running mistakes, and it's either costing or giving up runs. So, and it looks bad on the pitching staff because they're not being marked as errors, right? So they're still earned runs. But in reality, the average Major League Baseball player makes that an out, and then it helps your pitching staff. We're just not doing it. And and then when you compound that with not scoring, we're ranked 26th in baseball with 1.5 runs in the first 4 innings. 26th. Mm-hmm. And what'd they do the first 2 games of this series? 1 frickin' run by the 4th inning. Mm-hmm. Like, you compound bad defense that allows free runs to an offense that doesn't score, your pitching staff's going to look really bad and probably worse than maybe they really are. And then, and pitching's mental. When something stupid happens, you give up a run that you probably shouldn't have. Should they be able to rein it in? Yeah, you should. But let's be honest here. These are human beings. We all would probably do the same mistakes. It happens sometimes. And eventually you're going to be like, oh, shit, here we go again. That's why I don't totally blame the pitching staff just yet because the defense has been that pathetic. Like Kyle Bradish a lot of times has given up runs that probably shouldn't have been given up. And at that point, if you're already struggling to command and now you're in your own head like, God, I can't even give up a hit right now. I can't even let up a ball and play because God knows what's going to happen. Everything just sits there and just starts snowballing.
Well, and Brandon Young, in Game 2 of that doubleheader, gives up 5 runs in the first inning. But Jeremiah Jackson, this is one of those plays where it doesn't go down as an error, but it costs them.
Right.
They should have been out of that inning with no runs, Because all Jeremiah has to do is turn a routine double play, but instead he tries to tag the runner and he can't get the double play. They score 5 runs with 2 outs in that inning.
Yeah.
That's not an error. You can't assume the double play.
Right.
But it's a mental error.
Yep.
And Brandon Young's ERA had to suffer from it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the other thing, man. One of the reasons I started to think that they were turning the corner against Houston is because they had that come to Jesus talk with the starting rotation.
And they pitch well.
And Baz and Bassett went out there in those first 2 games and absolutely shoved.
But they also had
shoved.
acceptable defense too.
Yeah. But then what happens after that? Brandon Young gives you 6 runs in 4 innings. Cade Povich gives you 5 runs in 4 innings. Kyle Bradish gives you 5 runs in 4 innings. Trey Gibson gives you 3 runs in 4 2/3 innings. And look, Trey Gibson serves himself well today. It was a good major league debut in a really tough environment. You're making your major league debut in Yankee Stadium against Aaron Judge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like that's tough, and he held his own. But when you look at the fact that the previous 3 starters had given you 12 combined innings and like 15 runs in those 12 innings, this sounds bad, but you needed Gibson to get deeper than he got today.
They probably could. He's only 87 pitches.
Yeah, but I also understand taking him out because look, he kept the Orioles in the game and put himself in good position, and you want to get him out of there with confidence, feeling confident right there.
Why didn't you get Brandon Young out earlier then?
Because Brandon Young's been here, and I don't think that they look at Brandon Young the same way they look at Trey Gibson.
I mean, I fully agree with that, but it's like, I don't know, just push him. Push him.
Like,
cool, you bring him out at 4 2/3, like great. Like confidence is still fairly high, but imagine if he got through that inning. Then what does his confidence do? Could skyrocket.
Yeah.
Could kill him too, right? But that's life, right? Sometimes you just got to flip a coin. But who knows? Who knows? He was throwing the ball over the plate well. Mm-hmm. Curveball looked really good, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Except that he hung to Judge and Rice.
Right, but look, professional hitters right there.
Yeah.
Ben Rice is one of the best hitters in baseball, and he still is not getting the credit for it. And Judge obviously is the best hitter in baseball. Maybe you can argue Artani. But, I mean, hell, a rookie made two mistakes. I don't care. I don't care.
What I would love, how do you feel? And maybe I can already hear you saying, I don't care. Thinking about the fact that Ben Rice is a 12th round pick, never a top 100 prospect, and he's one of the best hitters in baseball right now.
Mm-hmm.
The Orioles had the number 1 overall prospect in baseball 3 years in a row.
Haven't they had 20 top 100 players?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. And Ben Rice is better than all of them.
Yep.
Like, Ben Rice, last year, his season put every Orioles season last season to shame.
Ben Rice wasn't supposed to make the major leagues at all. I think he got there by accident because somebody got hurt. But he took an opportunity and ran with it. And I said this to Jacob Calvin-Meyer earlier on Twitter before the show started. We haven't had anybody take an opportunity by the horns at all. Blaze had a chance. Mayo had a chance. Jeremiah Jackson's kind of had a chance. Beavers had a huge chance. Cowser too. No one has risen up to this occasion whatsoever.
Is this what's happening? That I thought Wells got sent down because they needed another arm.
Yeah, he's not going in the start rotation.
Yeah. I don't think that that's the case unless somebody actually said something along those lines. Somebody that
Craig already announced that he's not. He's just going down.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, today's show brought to you by Glenn Clark Radio. If you missed anything from Glenn Clark Radio this week, including conversations with Ravens draft pick Chandler Rivers and Matt Hibner, Orioles prospects Judd Fabian and Ethan Anderson, and Hall of Famer Rob Woodson, you can find them in the Glenn Clark Radio Week in Review feature at PressBoxOnline.com. And as always, watch or listen to GCR every Monday through Thursday right here on PressBox's Facebook and YouTube pages. So again, we're not going to be like, if we were able to solve what's ailing the Orioles right now, we wouldn't be sitting here. Yeah, we wouldn't be sitting here. We'd be sitting in big ass offices in the warehouse right now, right?
Yeah.
But you're not, Lord willing, you're not going to be sitting here with Weston Wilson playing third base, Blaze Alexander playing shortstop, and Jeremiah Jackson playing second base, and Kobe Mayo playing first. That was your infield today.
Yeah.
Was Kobe Mayo, Jeremiah Jackson, Blaze Alexander, and
But that's not the first time they've done shit like this.
Yeah.
And you wonder why your defense is bad.
Yeah.
Stop moving people around.
Just play guys at their position every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
How do you expect guys to get better against left-handed pitching if you don't let them hit against left-handed pitching?
And at this point, what do you have to? You're 15-19.
Right.
And you flat out suck. You can't catch the ball. You can't hit the ball. Right now, you're struggling to throw the ball over the plate. Right? Mm-hmm. Orioles pitchers struck out 3 Yankees today.
Yeah.
5 pitchers combined for 3 strikeouts today.
That's bad. For a team that strikes out a lot. Mm-hmm. The Yankees strike out a lot. Yes, they hit very well. They also strike out a lot.
I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? I feel like you only have something to gain. Just, and I know that everybody thinks that Dylan Beavers isn't a good outfielder, but he's not going to get better not playing right field every day.
Just put him in right field. That's it.
Put him in right field every day. Give me Leote.
And I'm not saying that he's terrible. I mean, he's looked bad, but he hasn't had a chance, like you just said, to really focus on one spot. He's got to focus on right field. Mm-hmm. Just put him there and let him learn it. Because it's not easy to transition from minor league baseball stadiums to Major League Baseball stadiums and figure it out. But then you're trying to teach him how to play center field, which is great, cool. But what about the reps in right? Mm-hmm. Why can't he get all the reps in batting practice in right? Why does he have to split to center? He's struggling in both positions. Pick one. Right. If you want him to be a center fielder, put him in center fielder and just tell us to deal with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, if that's what you said, just, hey, we think this guy is a long-term major league player. We're going to put him in center field for a full season and see what he can do. I don't think any one of us would complain because we know the bumps and bruises are coming, but we want to see some progress. Not this flip-flapping back and forth stuff. It's not going to work for him. Quite frankly, it hasn't worked for anybody on this roster because they do it all the time in the minor leagues. Your catchers are always at first base. Your shortstops are always playing third and second. Your outfield is literally playing. Enrique Bradfield Jr. is playing left field. Enrique Bradfield Jr. will never, in any other organization, play anywhere but center field. Mm-hmm. So why do we try him in left field and right field? Because we have some other really fast players. Cool. I don't care. I don't care. That's the guy you keep telling us is the future of center field for your Baltimore Orioles. Move someone else.
Right.
I just don't get it.
I gotta get rid of this comment. I don't know. I can't remember.
Just click on another one. A closer one.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And that's just it. Play these players in the position that they're going to play. Dylan Beavers is going to play right field for you, so play him in right field. Enrique Bradfield is going to play. He's going to be chances are Bradfield's going to be a 4th or 5th outfielder for you. That's probably a ceiling at the big league level, right? Yeah. So I'm okay with him playing other positions, but right now your need is in center field. Mm-hmm. So play him in center field. You know, call Jud Fabian up. If Jud Fabian is going to strike out all the time, but at least he can catch the ball and run into a home run. It ain't no different
than what we're watching right now.
We're watching the same damn thing.
Yeah. But he will solidify defense, and then you can put Tavares in right field.
Mm-hmm. Like, catch the baseball. Because here's the thing. If your pitchers don't have to worry about being too perfect because they're afraid that the defense isn't going to catch the baseball behind them, then you can give up. It's a huge problem. It is a travesty that Trey Gibson had to come up and make his big league debut with an around-the-horn defense of Kobe Mayo, Jeremiah Jackson, Blaze Alexander, and Weston Wilson first to third. That is an absolute travesty.
Yeah. That's right? Not a double-A lineup, in my opinion.
It can't happen.
Yeah.
And it did.
More than once this year, too.
And it did. We watched Weston Wilson, Blaze Alexander, and Jonathan Rodriguez start in the outfield left to right.
Mm-hmm.
In a game where you're trying to win a series.
Yeah.
And
people argue with me all the time that, I hope to God they're listening to this, that Albanez makes these lineups, and it wasn't Hyde. These are the same lineups that we saw under Hyde. You can't tell me that the two people in this world would make these lineups. Two different people.
There's not, and I used to firmly believe that Brandon Hyde made the Orioles lineups and that he chose these.
I don't think. At this point, there's no way.
I can't. If I'm sitting here and I am the biggest Hyde hater that's ever existed, if I am sitting here and I'm saying there's no chance that two managers did this.
No. Three. Mansolino didn't do it either. There's no way.
There's no chance that you've had three managers and they all did it.
Yeah.
It's coming from the top. It's 100%.
And the reason why GMs actually make minor league lineups too. Like, that's always a thing. They always send it out all the time. Like, those managers already don't do it. So why wouldn't baseball, for some of these younger managers, why wouldn't they just do it for the big league team? Like, I understand the old days. I really do. We're not in the old days anymore, though. We're just not. I would confidently say more than 50% of baseball GMs are making a lineup around the league.
Mm-hmm.
Confidently. Because they're already doing it in the minor leagues, across every single level. They tell you who they want to play, when they want their night off, where you want them to play them, where they want them in the lineup and whatnot, how many at-bats they want, how many innings they want them to throw. Why not just do it for the big league team? You're already doing it. Why not? There's no way three guys are making these decisions.
No.
And if they are, can I get some of that stuff that you're taking? Because I could use it. I got 3 kids.
And I would love to know. Actually, I don't want to know. Because I don't want you twisting my brain to a pretzel too, which is what's happening to these players. What the hell could Elias and Meidel possibly be looking at that tells them that these defensive alignments are what is supposed to be happening?
I don't think ChatGPT takes defense into consideration for these lineups. That was a joke, but kind of not at the same time.
Right.
And somebody just made a good point here. This is the fun thing. So where's Ramon Urias for utility? Ramon had a pretty decent start. He is hitting 164 though. But again, he's not a guy that was going to help this team. He was fun. He has some great moments here. Don't get me wrong. But you had to move on eventually. Now, would I love to see him over Weston Wilson? Yes, obviously. Would I love to see him over Kobe Mayo? Yes. But at some point, you do have to try and make yourself a better ball club instead of just staying with what's there. But could he have helped? Yeah. At least he catch the damn ball. He's hitting the same as everybody else trying to play third base. But you tried to get better. It just backfired.
So at this point, right, you're looking at Mayo's going to be playing third base every day. It's going to be between...
Should he? I mean, we're talking about a guy who's 390 at-bats in his career now, and he's a sub-200 hitter. How much longer is his leash? He's got 385... Going into today's game, 385 career at-bats, hitting 192 with a 615 OPS. How long's this leash?
But at least but what else you have? Blaze may be a better defender, but at least Kobe's going to run into the ball every now and again.
Is he? Because if it's over 95, he's not.
He homered 3 games in a row.
I know, but they were all below 95. He's a career 165 hitter over 95 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He's got 14 of his home runs in his career are under 93 miles an hour. I'm sorry, he's only hit 14. So 13 of the 14 are under 95. That's not major league quality.
Yeah.
This is not.
Yeah, especially when everybody throws 95 plus.
Right.
Everybody throws 95
now,
plus.
yes, he's going to run into a curveball once in a while. He'll run into a slider once in a while. But look, you got to hit the fastball to survive in the big leagues. Now, he's doing better this year. He's better, but I mean, the opportunities have been. I think he's only had 6 at bats, and he's got 3 hits. I'll take something out of that. At least it's positive looking. But is he better?
Well,
yes, you don't have anything else in the minors, sure, but
the thing about the Astros aren't very good right now.
Right.
What's it going to take to get Isaac Paredes?
Somebody asked me about Correa. Should they bring Correa in and let him play third base every day? And I like the idea, but at what point do you keep spending prospects and whatnot to try to get better to just stay where you already are?
Well, the Phillies suck right now. Can you bring in Alec Boehm?
He's terrible.
Yeah.
I think your better play would be Bryson Stott.
Okay.
And just shore up second base.
But you have to believe that Holliday's coming back, right? Like a handmade bone's not gonna keep him out all year. Westburg, and here's the other thing:
he's also not going to hit when he comes back.
He's not, but nobody's hitting. Which is so weird to say because they're 3 days removed from hitting 2 grand slams in one game.
That's the Orioles' offense. It's just inconsistent. We're not saying that they're terrible across the board. They do at times. They do look terrible across the board at times. We see what they are capable of. It's trying to find the answer of why they're so inconsistent. That's the problem.
Let me see. O's fan KY.
Fanky.
Fanky?
That's how I say it. O's Fanky.
I'm pretty sure it's O's fan
it
KY.
Is. I just call it Fanky. It just sounds cool.
Oh man, we could use some KY with how this thing's been going. Trade for Jordan. That's why would the Astros?
If they want to give him to us, sure. I'd take Jordan for whatever. It's going to cost a lot, but speaking of that, with the Astros, Micah Ashman for the Charlie Morton trade so far looks pretty solid.
Yeah.
So far.
For the Charlie Morton trade.
Yeah, remember they said Morton?
We got him from Detroit.
Is that what it was? Yeah. No.
We got him from Detroit for a Dominican shortstop.
Morton? No. How did they get Micah Ashman now? It came from the Astros.
That was probably the Arias trade. Because Arias, they traded Arias to the.
It was from
Astros.
the Tigers. I'm sorry, it was from the Tigers, but it is Micah Ashman.
Oh, that's not the one I'm looking for. Trade Holliday for Hunter Green. Again, why would the Reds are in a playoff position right now? They're playing good baseball. Why are they trading Hunter Green with 3 years of team control left, or 4 years, or 5 years, something like that? Why is that happening? Like, I like the idea of making a trade. These trades, like, who are you trading for Yordan Alvarez? Nobody. They're not giving him up. He's one of the best left-handed hitters in baseball. Why on God's green earth would the Reds trade out Hunter Green? Like we have to, like, if we're talking about trades, it's got to be a trade for somebody where it makes sense. Getting Isaac Paredes from the Astros makes sense because he wants to get out of there, and they're bad. The Phillies, Alec Boehm wants to get out of there. They want to trade him, and they're bad. That stuff makes sense. Get big league players onto this roster to shore up some positions for you. You know, trade Jordan Westburg for Tarek Skubal. Like, that's not going to happen.
Right.
You know? Here's the thing.
Oh, Urias was for that's what it was. Urias went to Houston for Twine Palmer. And Twine's looked okay, but he's only in Frederick, but he's got 3.86 ERA in five games, 3 starts. Less than a 1 whip. I'll take that. He's still 21, so hey, at least something's working out for us, but it's just a little away. Everything seems a little away.
How's Vance Honeycutt doing?
50-some% K rate.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. Maybe 60. I can't remember.
Oh man. Let's see.
Not good at all though. He's hitting 188 right now, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs, 694 OPS.
37 strikeouts
in 64 bats.
In 64 bats.
Yeah, so about 50%.
My God.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, I don't think he's played in a while either. He hasn't played since April 26th.
He's got 37 strikeouts. That's more than a 50% K rate for plate appearances. 37 strikeouts and 73 plate appearances.
Yeah, his last was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh Jesus, he struck out. He's only not struck out 1 time this year, and that was April 7th. 2, He's only not striking out one time in just 3 games this year, and one of them was just one at bat. So he's striking out more than two times a game. And he only has, 8 walks on the year? Yeah, not very good.
Yeah, 8 walks. 8 stolen bases. Hasn't been caught once.
They must be pinch runners.
Golly, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing.
They drafted they're back-to-back first-round picks. Enrique Bradfield and Vance Honeycutt.
Well, you also took R.J. Austin, too, remember? He was like a third-rounder. Outfielder as well. He's hitting 255 in Frederick. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. He's got how many strikeouts? 13 and 51 at-bats. Not great, but not terrible. But yeah, 5 stolen bases. He's okay. He's also plays a pretty good outfield, but I think was he a Vandy? Yeah, he was a Vandy guy too.
Well,
but he's hurt now, apparently.
Nate Georgia High A has 282 with a 719 OPS. He's got 12 stolen bases.
Yeah, he started off horrible too. Yeah. So him to get back up there is good.
Yeah, he had like a 5 for 6 night.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago that put him back up above 300 because he was hitting like below 200 before that game.
Yeah, he was below like 130 at one point for like 6-7 games in.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just a slow start.
But we're talking about guys in Frederick.
Yeah.
Right. You start looking at Bowie. Bowie's got some okay talent. Norfolk. I mean, I already read you off everything. And that's a hitter's league.
Have we heard anything about Jordan Westburg beginning baseball activities? Anything?
I think it's been very, very quiet. He's been throwing and stuff like that, but
I mean,
they haven't talked about how long ground balls hitting off a tee. They've nothing. They haven't talked about it.
I mean, he's 18 days away from being eligible to come off the IL. He's not going to at that point at this rate.
Yeah.
But like we haven't heard anything.
He would be
about him.
If he was coming off the IL and coming into play, he'd already be on a rehab assignment.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. So I don't know if they're just slow playing
August 1st is my date, I think. August 1st.
That you think he'll play at all.
Yeah.
I think if it takes till August, then he's not playing.
It's possible.
I think if it takes till August, he's not playing. So, look, let's look at this. The Orioles, they've got one more with the Yankees tomorrow. Good luck. Then they go to Miami to play the Marlins, and then they welcome the Athletics and the Yankees into Baltimore before going on the road to play the Nationals, Tampa Bay, and then they... So let's just go through May 20th. All right, they've got Marlins, Athletics, Yankees, Nationals, Rays.
You know the Nationals are like the 3rd best offense in baseball?
That's stupid.
They just literally can't pitch at all.
I just don't understand.
But they've revamped everything in their entire organization, philosophy-wise, into the 3rd best offense in baseball. With James Wood, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Can you name me another player on offense for the Nationals?
No.
Well, C.J. Abrams and James Wood. Name me another player.
Can't do it.
Yeah, because Dylan Cruz is in the minors.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Nope.
Westburg can't save us. Nobody can. If you get Westburg back in your lineup, it lengthens your lineup. Then you've got, on any given day, you've got Gunnar, Ward, Alonso, Westburg, Basayo, Rutschman, Beavers. Westburg being here, you don't have to play Blaze Alexander or Kobe Mayo every day. Yeah. And in fact, if Westburg comes back, Kobe Mayo is going to AAA.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. No, because then they'll use Basayo at first base to spell Alonso, I guess. No, this isn't happening. Like, the Orioles have team doctors that would catch that.
Yeah.
Like, that the players don't do that.
No.
Like, they just don't. Big league players don't do that.
Yeah, especially for a guy coming up on a contract in the next 2 years.
Yeah. Today's show is brought to you by the latest edition of Press Box, which is available now. On the cover, Bill Ordean looks at what will be different at the 2026 Preakness at Laurel and the future of the race when it moves back to Pimlico. Also inside, Luke Jackson looks at what Trey Hendrickson brings to the Ravens and much more. But be on the lookout for the new print issue for free at your Baltimore area highest dairy stores, and also read it at PressBoxOnline.com. So we're looking at the Orioles schedule, and look, I said before the series started, when we saw that Trevor Rogers was on the IL, that it was Cade Povich and Brandon Young. I'm sorry, that it was Cade Povich in Game 1, and then it was going to be Trey Gibson in Game 3. The Helsley was on the IL. I said the Orioles are getting swept.
Yeah.
They're not winning a game this series. The Athletics, well, they go to play Miami. Miami just won a series against the Dodgers. They're playing better baseball. The Athletics are the Athletics still in first place in the AL West?
No, I think they finally came back down to earth.
But their offense is legit. Their offense is every bit as legit as the Yankees, right?
Oh, they are still in first. Yeah, they're 18 and 16.
Yeah, 18 and 16. They're in first place in the AL West, right? So you've got the Marlins, you've got the Athletics, the Yankees, the Nationals, who have the third best offense in baseball, the Rays, who are in second place. Then you play the Tigers. Then you play the Rays again. Then you go to the Blue Jays. Then you play the Red Sox. By the end of May, what is realistic for this team? By the end of May, they're about to be 15 and 20 after tomorrow.
They might win 5 more games. Playing defense like this against those lineups with that pitching staff, they're gonna have to hit. But we said that at the beginning of this year, though. The pitching was okay enough if you hit, and they're not hitting. Pitching was okay enough to get you to the deadline with a winning record if they hit. Meaning that if they gave up 3 runs as a starter through 5, it wasn't a big deal because you should score 5. Almost every night. They're barely scoring 3. Well, they're scoring 4.5, but you look at what they do against starting pitching. They're barely scoring 3.
Well, and the other thing is, like they had 6 home runs and 20 hits against the Red Sox in that first game of that series.
And then lost the series.
But they scored 10 runs. With 6 home runs and 20 hits, they scored 10 runs. Then they had 6 hits in Game 1 of that doubleheader against the Astros, and they scored 10 runs because 2 of them were grand slams.
Yeah.
So this team will score runs in bunches. They'll score 10 here, 10 there, and then they lose a game 11-3.
Yeah.
Or they lose a game 7-2, right? Like, or they lose a game 3-2. You know, like they're just wildly inconsistent. They're also really top heavy. But there's nobody that you bat in the top 5 that you're going to move down into the bottom 4.
Yeah.
You can't do it. You can't justify it, right? But like, I don't know. I would love to see this team play more small ball. I would love this. Like every time Blaze gets up there, I'm like, can you just try to bunt like one time? He did feign a bunt today and it went foul. But I'm like, can somebody just try and lay one down to try and get on base?
Yeah.
You know, and can Jeremiah Jackson had a 3-0 count today. And they're like, Jeremiah Jackson is 1 pitch away from his 3rd walk of the year. I'm like, no, he's not. He's going to get a strike here. Then he's going to foul one off, and then he's going to strike out. And that is exactly what happened.
Yep.
That's exactly what happened. Like, I wish we had 4 guys in this lineup that took at bats like Taylor Ward.
Yeah. God. Or at least like the old school Justin Pedroia.
Oh, my God, man. Like, that's the old school thing in baseball. Like, everybody's so focused on power and launch angle and exit velocity. It's like, just take a good freaking at bat.
Yeah. Get the guy out of the game who has 5+ pitches.
Yeah.
Get to the guy who only throws a fastball and a slider. Life gets a little easier.
just take a good at bat, man. That's all you have to do.
Yep.
Is like, don't swing out of your shoes and wait for your pitch. And if you don't get it, foul off some pitches till at the big league level. There's not guys that are really and this sounds kind of contradictory to what we always say, but if you're a big league player, the majority of guys aren't going to throw the ball by you.
Yeah.
Mason Miller's going to throw the ball by you. Ryan Helsley's going to throw the ball by you.
Right.
But like the majority of the guys, they probably sit mid to upper 90s. The average big league pitcher probably sits mid to upper 90s. He's not throwing the ball by you, so foul something off till you get you to. And that's so much easier said than done for me to sit here and say that. You played pro ball, so you know that it's not quite as easy as I'm making it sound. But if you're a big league player and you're not getting your pitch, just do what you can to flick something foul. You don't have to go for broke on every swing.
Yeah.
Like just shorten up and do what you can. But it's like that's the thing. I am so old school when it comes to baseball. I believe in bunting. I believe in hit and runs. I believe in stealing bases. I believe in sacrifice flies. Those things win you ball games. Yeah. The reason I didn't want the Orioles to extend Mark Trumbo after his 47 homer season was because he hit 47 home runs, but he had a 307 on base percentage and he had no sac flies.
Yeah.
I want get on base and do the little things well.
Yep.
But the Orioles don't do the little things well.
Exactly.
And the little things then become big things because you can't do them well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I'm actually sitting here and I'm kind of like pulling up all the stats. And I'm laughing here because I'm just going by OPS. From all of our levels, basically. All of them across the board. The only guys that are hitting, we'll start with Frederick, a first baseman, Victor Figueroa. We got him in a trade from the Padres. 7 home runs, 17 RBIs, 1,000 OPS. First baseman. All right, not helping us at all. Ike Irish has been moved to first base full time. Well, at least he's listed as a first baseman. I think he's been playing a little bit of outfield too. But 987 OPS, again, first baseman, if that's where he's playing, doesn't help you.
Is he play? Where's he playing? Is he in Frederick or is he in Chesapeake?
Frederick right now, which he shouldn't be because he just played college that was better than half of these guys. But that's where he's at.
Frederick's high A, and it's his first full season. That's who I would expect him to be.
Yeah. So he's played 8 games at first, 5 in left, 7 in right, DH twice. Again, you're creating a guy who's not going to be very good at any one of those positions. But either way, right now at first base, a position that doesn't help you. Next guy, Colin Tuft, 808 OPS. He's a catcher. Again, don't really need that. Go up to Bowie, 995 OPS, a first baseman on Anderson de los Santos. You don't need that. Frederick Bencosme used to be an infielder. They converted to left field, 811 OPS. That's good to see because at least you finally got an outfielder doing something. Brandon Butterworth is the next guy, and then Ethan Anderson, who's a catcher, Maverick Hanley, who's a catcher. Again, you're looking at 6, 7 guys already out of 8 that you don't need the position for. And then you go to Norfolk. The best OPS right now is a third baseman. It's just Christian Encarnacion Stroud, which is good because you need a third baseman. After that, Ryan Noda. You don't need Ryan Noda at all. Judd Fabian, you could use that. And then Creed Williams, which is a catcher. You don't need that. So the only guys even hitting, you don't need, 75% of them?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The hell are we going to do?
If this offense is going to get better, it's got to come from the guys that are already here. And
it's going to come through first basemen and catchers.
Or they're going to have to make a trade. Yeah. They're going to have to make a trade. But I want to know, realistically, is David Rubenstein even paying attention?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think
these guys don't get where they are in life by just throwing money away and then just walking away and not paying attention.
So you think that he's sitting there watching this team play this poorly?
Mm-hmm. Eating him up.
So
it might not be eating him up yet until he starts seeing the quarterly reports and he starts seeing that maybe equal to or less than last year. They ain't gonna start getting a little pissed off. You could only fudge things around and talk around yourself so often until numbers start coming out. And these guys are numbers peoples. They want numbers. They want income. They want revenue. They want to see an increase, and he's not going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to see it.
Well, and that's the thing. I've never been a guy that says, guys, we got to stop going to the games. We got to stop going to the games because, take your family to a baseball game and enjoy it. One, Two, not enough people are going to do that for it to make a difference.
Yeah.
But, like, if you really want change, you got to hurt these guys in their pockets. Like, you got to.
It's going to happen this year, I think.
This brand of baseball is unacceptable.
Yeah.
And there's no way that Mike Elias is still here after this season if this continues.
I'm a Mike guy, and I want to agree and say I hope so, but I want it to work out. Like I don't want the answer to be fire somebody. I don't. I just want it to freaking work.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I don't want the answer to be fire somebody either. But like
I know what you're clicking on.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I thought you were clicking on something else.
Oh.
Cal has no say.
Cal
No say.
is
They're not even asking his opinion, in my opinion. They don't care.
I think he owns 1% of the ball club,
Yeah.
if that. Cal is Baltimore's version of Grant Hill with this ownership group.
Well, yeah, Grant Hill's also on the ownership group.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Grant Hill and Cal have the same power.
Yeah.
Cal is the guy that you see on TV sitting in the owner seats behind home plate, and Cal is like he's Cal. Cal has nothing to do with what happens with this team on the field.
Yeah.
Nothing. He has no.
He
say.
has a board vote, and that's about it.
Right. 100%. If they keep Elias, he should be demoted to a field scout. I don't think that. I mean, he. Yeah, that's not going to happen. People.
We don't want to sit here and talk bad about the Orioles. We don't want to talk bad about the front office. We just don't have a conversation at this point.
It's an unacceptable product that they're putting on the field.
I think that's fair to say, and I think they would if they would watch this. I think they would agree with that.
Yeah, it's just like I want Mike Elias to be the best GM in baseball. I want Craig Alvarez to be the best manager in baseball. I want the Orioles. I want Colton Cowser to be the best damn left fielder in Major League Baseball. I have nothing against these guys personally, aside from the fact that you play for my favorite team and you suck.
Yeah.
Stop sucking because you don't.
We just want a winner.
You don't suck, but for some reason you put on the black and orange, you go out there and you suck. Just play baseball. Get your head out of your ass and play baseball.
Yeah.
There's too much thinking going on. Today's show brought to you by Leading Edge Auto Body. Your car is more than just a ride. It is an investment. At Leading Edge Auto Body in Mount Washington, customer satisfaction comes first. Their team holds the highest honors in the industry, including Ace Master, iCar Platinum, and specialized aluminum certifications. And they make it easy with free towing, pickup, and delivery. Find out more at leadingedgeautobody.com. Dude, there's nothing else to say.
Yeah.
There's nothing else
Not without
to say.
just sitting here harping and just being negative the whole time, which we don't want to do.
Yeah, but what choice do we have? Like we can talk about Rico Garcia and how he's been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And we can talk about Jesus, man, we can talk about Shane Baz and Chris Bassett and in their last two starts and how they went out. They took that come to Jesus conversation to heart, and they went out and they shoved. And the Orioles won those two games, and that's what it comes down to. What it comes down to is your starting pitching going to keep you in games, and is the offense going to start clicking, right? Because it all coincides. You can't have good pitching if your defense is bad.
Yeah.
And
we talked about it earlier. I mean, maybe some of these starts have gone different for some of these guys this year if the defense had done things that aren't marked as errors, but they do lead to runs because you don't do the little things right.
Mm-hmm. So, look, they're probably going to lose tomorrow. What I'm looking for tomorrow is Gunnar Henderson get off the schneid a little bit, start... Basayo, somebody said Basayo was heating up. Basayo is done heated up. Like, he is scorched earth hot right now.
But again, like in baseball, slumps happen. He's not going to hit like this forever.
Right.
He's going to go cold.
But it can't be Rutschman heats up, and then he gets cold, and Basayo heats up, and then he gets cold. Like, we need three guys to get hot at the same time.
Yeah.
Give me Gunnar, Basayo, and Alonso all hot at the same time, and the team's going to score 8 runs for a week. Mm-hmm. They're going to score 8 runs a game for a week if those 3 guys get hot at the same time.
Yeah.
You know? So just like, Zach, it's almost bedtime.
I laughed at that. It is.
Yeah. All right.
I had a busy ass weekend too. Good Lord. I've been at birthday parties the last 2 days, and we were there for like 7 hours both days. Just letting the kids just go at it. Like today, all we did was just play wiffle ball for like 6 hours. It was awesome.
Oh, but that's a blast. It was awesome. Wiffle ball. That had to be awesome.
I actually lost my kid in like the middle of the day, and I'm like looking around. I'm like, dude, we're in a pretty small yard. Like, where are you? And like, I went to go look inside, maybe see if he was just hanging out in there stuffing brownies, and I didn't know about it. No, he was sitting on the porch actually watching the Orioles game. He was the only one out there doing it.
Really?
Just watch. It was 11-3. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, they're on. This is what we do at home. And I was just like, you're a good kid.
My daughter, we took her to Steelfish today with my in-laws, and the Orioles were on the TV, and she saw me watching the game. She turns and she goes, baseball, and she goes, let's go O's. Like, our kids have no choice. And it's not that we're gonna force anything on them, but we watch sports so much that they're just gonna, and they watch with us, that they're gonna love them. They're gonna love them, and they're gonna feel the same way that we do when they suck, you know, and they're gonna feel the same way we do when they're finally good, if they're ever good. But look, I think that I want to see Boz go to toe with Schlittler tomorrow, and if the Orioles lose, don't lose 11-3.
If he gives us 6 strong innings, like even if they still lose, like I think I'm happy about that.
Yeah, and then you got Bassett and Bradish. Give me the 3 Bs going out there and shoving.
Yeah.
And then then you've only got Trevor Rogers will be back a week from tomorrow, right? Like he's out with the flu. Hopefully Dean Kramer's back by the end of the month. I don't know. It sounds like it's going to take a few weeks for him.
Yeah, from what I heard, it's a significant injury and it's going to be a little while.
Yeah. Well then, go make a trade for a starter at some point. Do something. Or maybe Gibson is that dude. Povich settled in after that bad first inning. I mean, he didn't have to give up a 3-run homer to Ben Rice? They hit the 3-run homer off of him. You didn't have to do that, but you did. But he settled down after that. I don't know. Just start pitching a little bit better with your rotation. I mean, you've gotten 16 2/3 innings out of your rotation the last 4 games. That can't be a thing. Right. So let's start getting deeper into games. Give the bullpen a chance to catch their breath a little bit. Hopefully, some guys start.
Who's
getting
even
a little
available tomorrow to throw?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't even know who's in the bullpen anymore because Ty Wells and Suarez are
gone. Nunez will probably be available tomorrow. I don't think Rico threw too many pitches. A lot of guys only threw.
Cano, maybe.
I think Aiken's probably available tomorrow.
Don't be available.
But yeah, right. But I don't know. Just figure it out. Start playing better baseball, because the thing is, the team, hopefully they get healthy. You don't want to be so far out of it that when they get healthy, it doesn't matter. That's the thing. Today's show has been brought to you by County Sports Zone. We're well in the spring sports season at the high school level, and remember that all year long you can find score schedules and updates for every sport and every school all throughout the state at countysports.zone. Countysports.zone is proudly sponsored by your local Toyota dealer and buyatoyota.com. Zach, before we get out of here, anything you want to add?
No. I had to laugh at AJ's comment a little bit down. He said, I really feel bad for Pigtown. He's such a positive Patty. And I love that. But even he looks so deflated right now. This sucks on so many levels. I can't disagree.
That's the thing, man. Like, I sit here and you're usually the one that can talk me off the ledge a little bit. Like no, they're going to get better. This is like a trend that's not like they're bad. When you're defeated like I am right now, it's like, ugh.
I just haven't seen anything.
We have seen nothing outside of Boz and Bassett. Their back-to-back starts. Outside of that, we have seen nothing that lends us to believe that this trend is going to turn around anytime soon. So we just gotta hope.
If I seen good defense, I think I would still be positive. But it's hard to win baseball games with bad defense.
Yep.
It's almost impossible, honestly. Bad defense, bad base running. The base running is getting worse.
Yeah. Why is somebody almost getting picked off every game?
Well, the series of events today, right? We get a guy basically picked off, right? Somehow he gets back in. Picked off again, but he's safe at second, right? I think it was Weston Wilson.
Weston Wilson.
And then you get Blaze gets a base hit and takes too far around, and Judge back picks him, and he's out.
Well, not just that, he fell over.
Yeah.
He stumbled and fell down. And that's why he probably would have beaten the throw back to first base if he hadn't fallen down. I texted my buddy, I said, Blaze finally does something well with the bat, and he still manages to F it up.
Yeah.
But
that's costing you runs. Mm-hmm. It's costing you pressure. Mm-hmm. It's the little things, man. Baseball is never going to change. And the little things for hundreds of years have won the game. And when you don't do them right, you lose the game. It ain't changed at all. Even with all the analytics, that right there, it hadn't changed. And the Orioles don't do the little things right.
The assistant coach in Bull Durham. Baseball is a simple game. You catch the ball, you throw the ball, you hit the ball. They don't do any of that right now.
Not right now. Nope.
They don't do any of that right now. Guys, we're going to get out of here before we go jump off our respective roofs. Hopefully the Orioles start playing some better baseball here starting tomorrow. I'm not holding out a lot of hope. I think this team will get better, but they got to get healthy.
Give us something positive to talk about next Sunday. That's what I want.
Yes.
Give me a good week of baseball.
Please. Until next week, see ya.